Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. As you are well aware about the war between Iran, US, Israel is going on since last 28th February. This war basically its outset was when Israel and America started a Cold War style in which they wanted to change the regime through protests by the public of the Iran, which they failed initially, and they included the students as well for this purpose. But still, they could not succeed. Ultimately, they just attack the complete leadership of the Iran, in which supreme leader Ayatollah Khamenei was also killed. Now, we will not go into the details of the war, as you know that they had already planned that if one leadership is wiped out, so what will be the next procedure? That shows that Iran was fully prepared for a comprehensive war against Israel and US. Nowadays, since last 9, 10 days, the war is on. Different operations are being carried out by both the sides. Ballistic missiles and drone attacks are being launched on each side, and side by side, the drones attacks are also carried out on US bases located in Gulf countries. This is what the present situation of the war is. Rather, it is escalating day by day, and its intensity is increasing day by day. Now, now we'll discuss that why this war was waged. Basically, it is not the American war. Everybody is very much clear. Rather, even American public is very much clear that this war is totally not in relation to USA. It is Israel war. Now, Netanyahu and Trump, after long discussions and plannings, finally they started attacking Iran. Basically, now here is it is very important point that why Netanyahu is adamant, and first time in 30 years he could find a president like Trump who just agreed to attack Iran. Previously, the Netanyahu tried in different regimes, different periods of different presidents of USA, but nobody was willing for that. This time, he remained successful to launch Donald Trump in this scenario. Now, what are the apprehensions by the Yahoo? Apprehensions are that one thing that it is sounding very loudly that Netanyahu wants greater Israel. And greater Israel is from starting from the river Nile and ending up in river Euphrates, meaning thereby the most of the Gulf countries are included in it, including some parts of Saudi Arabia. Basically, the Netanyahu intentions or aims are hidden in this scenario. Now, this war is not going to end up in a soft mode. What are the reasons behind? Reasons are that Netanyahu first time could grab American president to attack Iran. So Netanyahu considers that if this time Netanyahu fails, to control Iran and destroy its uranium. So, might be that in very short time, Iran would be capable enough to make nuclear assets. So, this is once for all, they have to launch their maximum of efforts in this conflict and they would like to gain their objectives. Although every day their objectives are changing. Initially, they were saying regime change. Next, their intention came out that they want to get hold of enriched uranium. After 2 3 days, again their motto changed and it was missile program. Now, lastly, they are saying that they would like to get hold of oil reserves and they claim that these oil reserves are in the hands of terrorists. So to Iranian they call terrorists. They themselves are not clear that what are their motives. But we can very clearly say that Netanyahu motive is to defeat Iran and get the regime change, or if this is not possible, at least he must adopt a method or an operation, a kind that ensures that uranium is snatched from Iran. That's why Israeli US talks about boots on ground, which is somewhat seems to be impossible. It is the force of few thousand troops dropped in that particular location, fighting with the locals, but it would not be easy for them. Rather, here it will be a big blunder by Netanyahu or Trump to land boots on ground. This is what the present motive of this Netanyahu and Trump is. They are forgetting about basic norms of the life, basic norms of humanity, like attacking water resources, attacking energy resources, attacking schools, attacking hospitals. So they don't believe in Security Council resolutions, UN Charter, or any other moral resolutions which were presently prevailing. They were prevailing in the world. But this war proved that there is nothing sort of such like resolutions being admitted by the superpower number one in the world. This is again a sort of pushing the words to a brutal phase. Now, America is facing very heavy losses. You, Israel is also facing heavy damages. They are facing heavy financial losses in terms of missiles and in terms of drones. They are firing costly missiles and drones, and very costly defense system is being destroyed by Iran, whereas Iran is using low cost missiles and missiles up till now. Although now Iran claims that they will be now launching high tech missiles wherever needed. Now, in this whole war, what is the Gulf countries' role? Their role is now to pressurize US to utmost level where they can convince the ending up of this war because their economy is suffering. Their heavy investment is in the US banks in the form of bonds, everything. So they are in a position probably that they can try for this, whether it is accepted by this Donald Trump or not, but this can be used as a major weapon to end up the war. Which countries are supporting Iran, Russia, and China? Both the countries they have transported their high-tech drones and other electronic warfare, which is being utilized for firing missiles on precise targets. The support of satellite by China, by US. So this is going to be a major factor, rather a kind of disaster for US and Israel, because nowadays it is very much clear that war is not irrational to bomb, aircraft to aircraft. This is high tech warfare. They decide jamming the radars, jamming the whole system of a country. So this decides the strength of which side is greater. So this is sort of support which China is giving and the Russia is giving. This is one of the greatest, this can be one of the greatest worry of these two nations, Israel and USA. Now, what must be the role of Pakistan? Role of Pakistan is the only that they can just mediate and try to just convince US and Israel and Iran to end up of war by verbal talks and peace and treaties. Pakistan direct involvement is totally not possible. If it is done, it will be disastrous. So Pakistan is already surrounded by Afghanistan. Already war is going on with Afghanistan. India already a biggest enemy of Pakistan. So Pakistan can never think to start a third front. Neither its economic condition permits Pakistan. We are a very poor country. We can not afford multi-directional attacks or wars with different countries. This can be the maximum role. Now, very important thing, which is very much dangerous, the certain messages, indirect messages of Netanyahu. What are these messages? Indirectly, he says sooner, Iran is going to be very good friend to us. We will be having a very good relation with each other. Now, this indicates or highlights to World War II when America said about Japan that sooner we are going to have very good relations with Japan. In their mind was that we will be throwing atom bomb on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, finally, which will dictate the surrender of Japan, and US will be entering in Japan, and obviously they will be good friends. So something like this, and this, we, God forbid, we say again, God forbid, this happens, or the Netanyahu plans like this. This will be one of the biggest failure of this whole world in this peaceful world. This kind of incident will again take this world back 50 years back, 100 years back. So we pray that these are only up to the extent of words, not practical. This is what the dangerous narrations of Netanyahu. Now, as far as this war is concerned, we wish all that it ends up very soon and both the countries, both the contestants, they abide by the basic amenity rules like water, food, hospitals, energy resources, which are basic needs of any nation. They must follow this, and this war seems to be the lengthy one. And at the end, I would say that Israel, in any case, would like to go to any extent because this is the last chance Netanyahu considers to achieve his targets in Middle East, like the wish of Greater Israel to neutralize Iran, which is the major enemy in the region. If Israel is not successful, so is in the meantime, in very short time, the war ends and Iran would be striving hard for making nuclear bomb. So the story of Israel is over. Israel threats in the future to the Gulf countries and dream of greater Israel is very much over. So Netanyahu is trying to utilize maximum sources and maximum support of US to neutralize Iran in any kind. Otherwise, the his survival of Israel is in doubts. We hope for the best